Pt.3, Montana. It's an abandoned military base. So we're gonna go see if we can check it out a little bit better. So this should be really interesting.
The Glasgow Air Force Base was activated in 1957. It was initially part of the Air Defense Command, a base for interceptors to stop any air attack from the Soviet Union. By the 1960s, the base's mission had expanded to the Strategic Air Command, and the runways lengthened to handle huge B-52 bombers and tankers. The base was abandoned in 1968, and although the military came back briefly in the mid-1970s, and various private companies have tried to invigorate the base ever since, what the Cold War brought in the 1960s has largely turned into a Cold War ghost town. When the Air Force was decommissioned, the on-base housing was purchased and offered for sale to private individuals. While many of the bids for the houses were from salvage companies, the community ultimately escaped demolition. Homes which had housed thousands of military personnel when the base was in operation were briefly promoted as condominiums for retirees. Despite local efforts, most of the repurposed housing units sit empty and abandoned. A few hundred residents remain in what is otherwise a partial ghost town. The runway remains in use as Glasgow Industrial Airport, a test site for Boeing aircraft. The nearby city of Glasgow, Montana has dropped in population by half after the base closure.
I'm just gonna check inside this building. Hopefully it's okay. Oh my God. Like, that's really freaky. Ah. That was gross. I don't know, after seeing that dead animal, I'm afraid to go in there. So what do you think?
I don't know, it's weird because it's abandoned houses, but then one block there's a few people living, and then abandoned houses beside them, but it says an aviation research center here.
Yeah.
So, and the guy at the border said it's Boeing, so maybe these people work there and they don't have to travel as far, maybe, I don't know.
I could see like washer and dryers and things, appliances in there, but I didn't really get to go in because after I saw that dead deer or whatever it was, I got so creeped out I didn't want to go any further. So anyways, yeah, super interesting. St. Marie, Montana.
After a day of traveling, we stumbled upon the Sleeping Buffalo Hot Springs. Originally, an oil rigger was testing the area for oil, but he struck a well of hot water instead, and the drilling was abandoned. Then eventually, a local rancher had a son who was stricken with polio. He conceived the idea of building a wooden tub around the hot mineral water and bringing his boy down to soak in the hot water. The results were so beneficial that soon many people were making use of it, and a larger pool was made of wooden railroad ties. During the Depression, a work program was started, and so then the hot springs were developed. The hot water plunge, as it was known, was an ideal location for work of this type.
Morning.
We were so happy that we stumbled upon Sleeping Buffalo Hot Springs, as we really enjoyed our hot spring soak and a nice night of camping before we continued on. As always, thanks so much for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you on the next one as we continue on to Yellowstone National Park.